Let's take a look at another one of these Kamen Rider Blokees. There are 9 different ones. Yay, verily 10 if you get the special one, but I have yet to figure out which one's the special one. I see 3 of these, so I'm guessing the way this one's all specialized that there is a special one like this. I don't know if it's going to take the place of this one or this one, but I've only gotten the yellow one so far. Let's see what's in this box and see if we did get the special one, or I'm just hoping to find the green one today. All right, taking it out of the package. We don't have, we got the instructions. We usually have a card to pull out. Here's the card. All right, so this is the other one. Whether or not it's the special one, I mean, it's the other, I think it's Geats. I'm not sure because I don't know all the Kamen Riders. There's way too much history of Kamen Rider for me to actually go back and watch again, or watch, not again, but watch. I'm too old to go back in time and watch all that. But I do plan on trying to, if the Lord tarries, you know, watch at least one episode. Kind of, that would probably be my best suggestion, is watch the first episode of every single series, you know, not at one time, of course. And then watch another episode and another, and just kind of see how it goes. And just go down the line, kind of like they used to do Power Rangers. They used to put like, what was it, Power Rangers playbacks. They'd put like only one episode from every one of the series, kind of round robbing it. I think they had to miss a few because some were owned by Disney and some were owned by this and whatever. They mostly focused on the original Power Rangers. All right, that was incredibly hard and scary to put in because I was afraid I was going to actually break it, because it couldn't come back out and it couldn't go back in. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of stuck in the middle here. So we got one of these stands, a kickstand is what I call them. Or it could be considered a flight stand, but I don't think any Kamen Riders that I'm aware of, maybe Kiva when he was in bat mode, or where he didn't go into bat mode, but whatever, maybe he did. I think I got the regular one. I think the special one is more red, or he may be chrome. I'm not 100% sure, because the whole box is chrome now, and it's really hard to tell, but he looks like he's got white shoulders, he's got red shoulders. I have white shoulders, so if it takes the place of that one, I did not get the special one. All right, so to put these together, you got to remember a few basic facts. There are a lot of pieces, first off. There are 2 dumbbell pieces that you will be using, and there'll be an extra dumbbell piece. You pick the part of this is the front of his belly, and then you have to carefully select the top part of that. All right, and here's the smooth side, and here's the wordy side. I use the smooth side to go to the front. And we're building a stick figure, a stick fi, if you will. If you ever played with stick fas, I never personally had one. When it comes to this, the circle part like that goes on the bottom, as opposed to the not circle. You might be, well, both got circles. I'm talking about the indentia of the circle. So that goes on the bottom. The pointy thing goes in the front. We won't be putting on the second, but I'm just letting you how it goes. We build the crotch piece right here with the 2 ball pieces that go on it to give it, you'll see. Their balls only go on like 2 ways because it's rounded on 2 sides, opposite sides, and then flat on 2 opposite sides. There we go. And you can push them all the way in. It doesn't matter, because once you put the legs on, they're going to pull in, push out. It's meant there for a reason. It's there for a reason. Okay, the front and the back of the crotch are exactly the same on this piece. On the other piece that you'll be putting on, which may be black or it may be white. It's not Michael Jackson, so it does matter if it's black or white. Here's the guns. We'll put that out of the way so we're not going to attach it to anything. So I'm not really looking for a black piece per se. I'm looking for a certain shape of a piece. And having some bad luck right now because I'm not quite seeing it like I should. Check around and see if it jumped out, or if you can't find a piece, just double check your bag. Sometimes pieces get, lodged up in there. All right, so looking at this figure more closely, it should be a black piece. Okay, found it. For some reason, now I've got to find the other piece again. Sorry, I don't usually have this much trouble with this part of it, but yeah, there's a lot more pieces with this particular series. If you had any problems with the Transformers this series is more difficult to put together. Oh my gosh. It's like I find one piece, it's like whack-a-mole. Wait, let me hold that piece in my left hand while I'm looking for the other piece. The crotch piece, which shouldn't be, oh, I put it over to the side. No wonder I couldn't find it. So make sure you don't put things to the side while you're talking to yourself, which is technically what I'm doing right now because I'm not live. I decided not to go live on these because I get distracted, and then I should go live on the things that, like, you know, putting together Lego kits, because there's better people that put together Lego kits. I know because I watch them. There's one that doesn't even speak very good English, but he does a great job. Okay, so there's the left side of the thigh. You can tell because it's got the buttocks on the back. Then we got to put, I don't think, sometimes it may matter which one of these you put on. I'll check the special indications of this. Like for him, he is the all special one right there. So there, that piece right there is the only piece. I don't think the actual lower thighs or above the knee joints are going to matter on him. They are black. And if you get to the point where you want, I'm going bonkers. Oh, there is special joints. Okay, so is it both like that? I need to double check. So I'm looking for solid black ones, but just in case, this piece right here is also the thigh. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm not going to clamp it down just in case I completely made a mistake. Here's the, okay, so they are both exactly the same. On this particular one, normally it's just black. It's not like anything special about them. All right, go ahead and clamp that down. I would, if you struggle with it, I would just do your best. There you go. You should hear that nice rejoicing snap. When you're putting these on, it does matter which way you put it on. For the knees, the open circle goes at the bottom. The closed one goes at the top, you know, closer to the thighs, and the open circle goes closer to the feet. And then just pay close attention, because normally there's no paint here to normally indicate which way is the front. So you do have to pay attention to this being more boxy and this being less, like, there's less movement. Same thing for this. This is more flat. This is more open. Now there are pieces to put on here, which is why these are very different than normal. Normally there's not these little points coming out to the front. But we're going to be putting some kneecap things on. Okay. So there's that. And then the feet are connected with the ball joint right here. Pop it in. Or you can just wait until you put the foot on and hear a double pop, which I didn't need a double pop. Now for him, he has, and one thing I just noticed, there is something special about his feet. He's got these pieces right here. It appears that this is the front, because there's something on the side that you're going to be putting on. There we go. And then there's kneecap pieces, which are probably these. Let me double check those. Yeah, it appears there's something coming out the top of it. That's just the paint on the leg itself. So the leg is double jointed, but that's going to be in the way of giving him full joint. All right, and then there's these little things on the side. I don't know anything about the show, so I guess they look like pipes to a hot rod. Looking at the picture, I think the longer one goes in the front, so therefore this is the left leg one. Now I wait until I make both legs and then put them on so I can squeeze it together. But go ahead and put this in tight first. I'm going to pull it behind the camera so I can squeeze it closer to my chest. And you heard the snap, and it wasn't my bones breaking because I'm old and feeble. All right, we got this piece right here going down. Now normally that piece is not on there, so it's easier to push it in, but that really does do some wreck on your fingers when you're trying to push it in. Okay, let me figure out why in the world it's not going back up. It's like it's not gone in properly. All right, let me get the other part of the leg on first before I dance around with that. Okay, that one snapped in. All right, it just needed some more leverage is all it needed. Okay, so remember when you're putting this one on, you need the little thing on the outside, and I think that's how it goes actually. I just got lucky on picking that one up. For the ball joint, I'll show you what I mean. You could put it in slightly, and then when you put the foot on, you'll hear a pop pop for both of the joints coming in properly. You hear that snap snap? That's what I like to hear. Okay, once again, these little pipes look like car pipes. Yeah, it looks like the Flash's little wings on his boots. And then we have the kneecap, so that he can get attacked by a ice skater. Ice skater. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, well, they went on pretty easy on that one. But that way you can pop. Okay, so look, the legs like this, they have that sliding ball joint, so you can bring them out, so you can make him cross his legs, or you guys do a little bit more outward movement as well, ironically. And then when you're done, you just want to stand him. You just squeeze his legs right together so it ends that gap in the middle. Also, this is an interesting joint that you can bring it up to make movement and then push it back down to make it look better. But he will have some armor over it, so it kind of helps cover it. All right, so looking at the armor, we're still putting on first, before we go any farther, the rest of the arms. Now the arms, I like to, once again, put them together first. Look for any, most of the times there's not anything different about this part of the arm. It's just that, of course, one goes up, and then if it was the left arm, it'd go this way. So it's not really that much of a deal, but make sure you put the right hands on. He has an open hand. I'm going to put right there for his left hand, and then I'm going to put that on him right there. Okay, for his right hand / arm. So if you put it on wrong, you're like, oh no, I made a left arm. Just slide it around 360 degrees or 180 degrees for this particular one. And on this one, he has another open hand. There's a ball joint that snaps right in. Look to make sure that if you have to take the ball things back off and slide the cuffs on like I had to do for the legs, because you may have to do that. On this particular one, there's not. There's like side armor pieces instead. All right, so I'm looking on these to see if they're identical, and they appear to be. Sometimes there's printing on the front, and you want to make sure you get that to the front. These are really different. They have a floating system for the shoulder pads. I'm used to in the past putting the shoulders down on top of the thing, and they're pretty much connected more to the chest torso part. That's on the Transformers. These are very, very different. I don't know if I like them personally, but whatever. Just keep the Transformers the way they are. They're perfect. All right, there's two pieces. I'm going to guess that this is the front, although, oh, it does. Okay, it does look like the one on the package or the picture. So the armor. Okay, putting the armor on, there are two little prongs that go squeeze right in there. Say the two, like a receptacle for electrical outlet if you live in America. I don't know about other countries. I do hear that Japan has the same electrical system, but as far as other countries, I don't know. All right, I've seen pictures where it's different electrical outlet systems. All right, for his arms, all right, I'm trying to make sure I get this armor right because I'm going to get it wrong because I don't 100% know which way it goes. I'm going to assume it's this way because the picture is showing more of a flat part for this. This just attaches friction right there. So I don't personally like friction things as much for these because friction on means friction off. Okay, so this goes up. Oh, we're almost done. We got a head to do. So the head is more complicated for this one. We got the basic head part. We got the visor. Now let's see, the visor goes this direction. And then we got the cat-looking head thing part. It's going to sandwich together. And to put the head on, we have ball joints for these. I'm so used to putting these clear parts in there. I almost went ahead and grabbed that, and I was remembering, nope, it's actually the Barbarians, the whatever it's called. You always give an extra one of those and extra clear joints left over in case they broke or something. The head goes on. Now they are out of proportion. They're not, like your normal proportionality. There is, for him in particular, he has a scarf because, well, it's kind of a thing with Kamen Riders. Or Kamen Riders, I should say. I'm so used to saying Kamen Riders, like when I first heard of them. I think I first heard of them back in 1999 when Rick Ruff was telling me about the, he didn't say anything, he just, in the emails he would say, would you like to see these, or would you like to, get these Kamen Rider at the time, that was the way I was reading it, because I didn't see the show. It was before I had high-speed internet, so I didn't have any way of watching any of this stuff, but I was like, nah, and I passed on it, unfortunately, because it was cool, but I was like, I don't know anything about it. Okay, I'm just making sure I got it in the right hole before I end up breaking it, trying to get it into something that's not a hole. Okay, there's the hole right there. This is way more challenging than it should be. Right here, this part. There. Okay, it slid right in that time. All right, for his mechanism, his Henshin device, from the picture, that's the way it goes. Thankfully, they don't usually show you the whole body, but for that particular one, he's the main one. Usually they show you little pieces, and you have to like look at the box basically to get the idea. There's the 2 extra pieces, so we have the gun, and we are done. We have the gun and done. All right, so here is Kamen Rider, I think it's Geats, and I don't know which version of him he is. He has double jointed knees, ball jointed feet, a thigh swivel. He has a floating crotch, which allows him to do all kinds of crazy things. It's a very interesting concept. I mean, he can do a split, and then you're like, oh my gosh, he looks awful with that gap. What gap? What are you talking about? So it's just really creative. I mean, engineering on these things are absolutely off the scale. His torso, remember I told you it come apart? Well, when you pull it apart here, it just makes him a little bit taller. And you're like, well, how tall is he? He is about 4 inches tall. I've already done a video on that one. And his head's on a ball joint, and it's actually on a barbell joint, or dumbbell joint. I guess I should say dumbbell. And of course, you saw how his arms are articulated when I put them together. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any more questions, let me know. The thing I don't like about these is, with that, you really can't get these on there. So it's almost like this is not a really good thing to use. I'm sure that if I popped it off and then, I wonder if I can like slide it around there without popping it off. No, it's too much of a challenge for me personally. I'm just like, nah, I'd rather not deal. Oh, well, I got it on. There we go. Wow, I complain too much. So here he is in his flight / kickstand. It's a cool stand. It's a good idea. I wish that all the Transformers one had it, because you know, Transformers, some of them are flying ones, and you want them to kind of get in the flight mode. Otherwise, I don't really use the stands. They stand just fine without them. So these extra pieces, I wonder, like, you know, are you supposed to put them in there? That's what I kind of thought at first. Like, you know, with I had some figures back in the day that had little extra places to put the extra hands for, what was it? I think it was Mega Man and, what is it? What's his name? Goku and stuff. Dragon Ball. All right. Well, let me know what you think if you're picking these up. I personally, I ordered the shorter ones that are more simple to put it together, and just to do a comparison. My order got canceled, so I'm like, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why it got canceled, but I'm afraid to order right now because we're about to go to war with China's, from what I'm hearing. So who knows? And if you want to order these, you might want to order from an American company. If we go to war with anybody, I'm sure that we will not be getting stuff like we normally do. So you might be able to worry about some food instead. But y'all have a great day, and have a marvelous Monday.